Hey everyone, and welcome back to another speed build. And if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. We are building in Windenburg today on the Dresden House lot. This is a 64 by 64, and it was quite a challenge to fill up all this space with just a tiny little A-frame cabin here, but I think I did the best that I could with this build. And before I get too far into things, I just really wanted to say thank you for the 70 subscribers. I woke up over the weekend and was so happy to see that we've just passed that, so that's great. When I first started posting videos, I really only had like 30-ish subscribers, so it is really great to see that you guys are enjoying my videos. I really didn't think anybody would watch these if I started posting, and considering I am editing and doing all the voiceover through my phone, I didn't even think anything would work, so again, just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. But yeah, let's get more into the builds here. I pretty much finished the exterior framework, added the roof, and as you can see, I've just made it a A-frame shape. I took off that little bump out on the side and just adding some columns here. I did end up changing the color originally because I just couldn't really see it. I don't know why it was so dark in the front here, but I guess because the house was so tall maybe, but I don't know. Now I'm just picking out some windows. I went with that stone brickwork for the outside. I just thought it looked a little bit more rustic, and that's the vibe I was going for in the beginning. And then I just added those two windows that are open on either side of the front door extension, and I lowered this platform on the left side because I wanted to create a little wood stack for the sim that's going to be living here. I just thought it would be realistic that they would chop their own wood. There are plenty of different types of trees, so I tried to do a couple different log colors and styles to just kind of give the illusion that they are going around the property and chopping down whatever trees they can find to really heat this house. And you'll see the fireplace on the inside. It's fairly large, so I just thought they'd need a lot of wood. I don't know, weird, but anyway, just added a little woodworking station on the left side and put a few pieces of lumber and fertilizer on the one side to, again, give it the illusion that they are doing some woodwork and they're in progress. And I'm gonna add a garden to the left as well. There's gonna be a little pathway and a chicken coop. It's so adorable. Can't wait for you guys to see it, but now we're just doing some chimney placement. I do end up covering those brown edges on the side and extending the roof down, so you won't be able to see those in the end. I know they're an eyesore right now, but I was having such a difficult time with the roof, I just kind of gave up for a bit and continued on. I added that cute little front gable accent piece as well to just give it a more log cabin style, and that cute little, I don't know what shape that is, the little window at the top. It's just adorable and really suited these styles. So yeah, I added that, and now we're just going ahead with adding a bunch of ivy and different flowers to the exterior. I just thought it would be really cute if it blended in and was kind of hidden away in the back section of the lot. I do end up putting rocks and stuff all behind, so it kind of looks like it's its own little hideaway. So I don't know, I thought it was a really cute idea. And I add these vines all on top too. I think it's from Jungle Adventure to, again, give it the overgrown look. And now we're going ahead with adding the pond to that one space there and a lot of trees because it needs to be covered in pine trees if we are nestled away here in the backwoods. So there is a pond, I think, on top of that little mountain where the waterfall is coming down as well. But because this property was so large, I just tried to hide a few activities within the yard, so while you're playing you can just find little things or activities your sim can do. There are also bikes placed around the property as well because usually your sim will just pick up the bike rather than walking a long distance, and because the mailbox is all the way down at the street, I just thought it would be realistic that they would ride their bikes down or use them to get to different areas of the yard. But yeah, as you can see, it's coming together now. You can kind of see my vision that I had in mind. I'm just doing a little pathway from the street and kind of creating a circle around the pond in a moment to really just create a nice flow and really have access to everything that I am going to be placing down around this huge area. So yeah, as you can see, that cute little pond is right off the left there. I just thought it would be cute when you're walking in or biking in from the space to have that area where fish are just jumping, and it's just really full of life. I do put a few activities like an easel. There's a chair so you can watch somebody fish, or you can just simply watch the fish and observe the beautiful area. There's a few beekeeping stations as well down there. I don't know, I just tried to fill it as much as I could with a bunch of different activities, and as you can see, we are in the garden space now. I just extended the pathway to connect to the space and then just put a fence around it, and for the gate I went with this nice green one. I thought it would be nice to just keep it nice and open and just have a nice flow. And then I add the grass and dirt texture terrain paint to just make it a nice garden space, and I do add a little chicken coop right outside that area, so it just is really open and the chickens like to walk in and out of there, so I just thought it looked super adorable and everything is functional in there, so very cute. But now we are going ahead with all the flower placement and bush placement. I don't know, I thought this yard needed a bunch of flowers, and I went with a lot of long grass to give it a more woodsy look throughout the property as well, and just really showcasing this pond in the center. I wanted it to be a main focal point when you're walking up to the house, and if you're on my Instagram, you saw that little story that I did where you're at the street and then you just flow right to the house. It's very beautiful and very, I don't know, it's just a magical space. I really enjoyed doing this build, and as you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I love doing green spaces. So all this landscape and everything was such a treat to do, and I personally love how the finished look came together. It's so green and so vibrant with all the flowers. I do add a few different like fallen down trunks and rocks as well to just give it a bit more vibrance and texture. I just love this space. It was beautiful, and this front entryway I do end up adding a fountain just to the center of this little flower arrangement that I do on this little hill. It just added a bit more height and really drew in your eye when you were entering the property, in my opinion, and I personally love it. I don't know, I just keep saying that, but this property was one of my favorites to do. It was so large and just gave me the opportunity to really include everything that I wanted in a cabin build, and for somebody who is more socially awkward, it would be nice to have everything you need on one space. So that was my idea for this build. Everything is pretty much accessible on your own property. You don't have to leave really, and yeah, that was the story I kind of came up with when I was building, just more of a reclusive sim, which is who I usually build for because I think that's secretly me, and I just keep building for my dream, which would be to move away to the woods and just have my own cabin and, I don't know, just be self-sufficient and live off the land. That has always been what I would love in my life. So I don't know, maybe my partner and I will move out to the woods one day and I will live out my fantasy life, but we will see. To be continued, I guess. But now I'm just placing a couple rocks on the back side of the property here like I was talking about earlier. I just thought it really encased the backyard and gave it a bit more of a separation between the end of the property and the wild space that is right behind it. And now we are going into the kitchen area first. It was a really tight space, so I had to put the dining room right outside the door. But I personally love how this room came together. It's fully functional and it has a lot of counter space, which I didn't think I would have room for, so I was really happy about that. But as you can see, I just went with that rustic looking stovetop, and then the fridge was the matching one as well. And then for the upper cabinets, I just kind of went with the tone that the bottom cabinets had at the bottom there. I just thought it flowed really well. And then I do take away that large shelf on the side and put a little tea rack there, and then just put a little shelf over the fridge. I thought it just helped with the separation of the room, and it was getting a little overwhelming with all those upper cabinets, so I just wanted to kind of make it a two-toned room and really allow it to flow without being too matchy-matchy with the rest of the items that I end up placing in here. I do clutter it up quite a bit on the countertops. As you can see, I added a tea machine and a microwave just to the left, and a plant and a few different decor items just on the right side. Of course, going with this self-sufficient sim that I was going for this house, I added a onion basket and an asparagus basket just to look like they just picked some fresh produce from their garden. And I added that cute little hood vent there over the stove. I just thought it added a bit more light in the space, and I loved the brick wall that I chose for the main spaces of the home. I just thought it went with the cabin vibe, and then I just went with a tile flooring throughout the main spaces and the bedroom, I believe. Yeah, but to finish off this space, I'm just gonna clutter up the right side a bit. I think I add like a book. I do add the bread box over there as well because it was a little bare looking over there, so that will be added. You can probably see it now. But we are moving into the living room space, and here's that grand fireplace unit that I was talking about before for all that wood that we placed earlier. I just thought it was very cute to think that they would have that for that big fireplace there. And then I think I add a TV magazine rack thing on the side and a little lamp just to the right. I will be adding a computer stand as well to the right of that space. These carpets do not stay, they are hideous, and I'm aware of that, but I don't know, I was just so overwhelmed with everything that I was doing on the exterior. By the time I got to the interior, I was just so overworked and I needed to take a break. So I think I did take a break between this and the dining room. So yeah, I will be rearranging a few things in this room, but this took quite a long time to do. I should have posted this probably yesterday, but I was so busy over the weekend. I just really didn't have time. I really tried to enjoy this nice weather we had down in Canada, so that is rare, and it was snowing the other day, so yeah, it was a beautiful weekend. Got my deck done, which was super awesome. And yeah, just went back and forth between this and just enjoying my personal life. So yeah, I got a few different inspirations. I actually started reading a book, and then it was kind of in theme with this cottage that I was building. So I was like, oh, I could add that into my little cabin myself. So I don't know. Anyway, getting into the dining room here, I do end up taking away one of those chairs and placing the table a bit more back. I add a little accent table as well with a bunch of diningware items and different things like that. So yeah, I love how this room came together. That computer stand does get switched out with this cute little one. Just matched the room a little bit better, but I did like that tall shelf unit. It just, gave a bit more space, and with smaller homes, it's just easier if you have stackable shelves. So I thought I could utilize that for this space, but it was just a little too big. So took that out, used the little one, and yeah, these two rooms work really well in my opinion, and I did play test. Everything's functional, and I thought it was really cute with that little door there, and I cluttered up the front area so it kind of looked like it was an entryway. But now we are in the main bedroom of this little cabin. I thought it would be really cute to have this back wall just as a bookshelf area. I do end up adding a TV and a little sitting area, of course, outside, and just frame that empty wall with a picture. But I don't know if you can see when we're kind of zooming in and out, that brown section of the roof is now gone, and I covered it with a bunch of flowers on the top, so it just looks very pretty and vibrant from the outside. But yeah, I just add a double layered carpet here. I thought it worked really well in this space. And because I didn't have enough room for a dresser, I just went with this little branch hanger to hang up their clothes on. I thought that was super cute, and then just hung a large shelf on top, and of course just cluttered it with a bunch of bedroom items that I thought would go with the Sims personality. I just thought it was really adorable. I believe I add a mirror to the right side of the bed as well, because of course if you're trying on clothes, you would like to check yourself out and just see if everything matches. I think that curtain as well goes really nice with this room. and just added a couple string lights. I don't know why I didn't add any outside. I really should have done that, but I don't know. When you're doing your voiceover, you look at so many things that you could have done, and it's good enough as it is. You shouldn't constantly put down your own work, but yeah, if there's anything that I missed in this build or that you thought I should have added to this build, definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions, or if you even enjoyed these type of builds that I've been creating. But yeah, now we're in the bathroom. This is the last room in the build. I just went with a shower and tub combo with a leafy shower curtain. I thought it went really well with the space. And then I just added that little toilet and sink just on the back wall there. I do end up switching out the sink to a more, I don't know, rustic one in my opinion, and then just filled the rest of the room with a bunch of essential bathroom clutter. But I have to end the voiceover here, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this cabin build we did today. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel to let me know that you did. And I really hope to see you very shortly for my next build. I hope you guys have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.